It is 5 p.m. in Montrose, Colorado. This is Distinctive Delphine, and we're here to bring value and positivity to the community. We have with us today Laura Williams with InSync Media. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. Thanks so much for asking me to be on with you today.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you on. We met not too long ago, but I feel like you and I are so much on the same page for so many things. I'm really happy to have you here. So why don't you tell our viewers a little bit more about yourself and what you do?
Sure. So I am by trade a graphic designer. I did graphic design for years. And then when we moved to Montrose, I had to basically rebuild my business from scratch, my freelance business. And in doing so, I met amazing business owners and connected with people here, met other people in the marketing space. And after a couple of years of growing the business and hiring other marketing people in town to work for me on a subcontractor basis, I looked at my team and said, I think we could be better together. Like, I think we together could exponentially grow InSync Media, a company, more than us all individually out there hustling for, the same business in the little areas that we're good at. So we did. We have 5 people on our team, from graphic designers to online marketers to social media people, and I just try to steer the ship in the right direction.
That's amazing. And I love stories like this. I actually met you the first time at the Rotary Club when you were talking about the struggles of starting over, and you were just so honest and vulnerable, and it really touched me because, as a realtor, it's a small business as well, and it's just very, when you struggle, you always feel so alone. And at the end of the day, small business owners, we are never alone, especially in this community, I feel. Yeah. We're never alone.
There's a great business community here in Montrose, and it can take a little time to get broken into the scene and figure out who your people are, but I feel very blessed to have the right people around me.
Me too. I really do too. And on that note, how have you been managing your business through COVID-19? Give us some tips and tricks, because like I said, we all struggle some days and we have better days other times, but help us tell us what you did that works for you.
Sure. So I would say that my journey to being ready for COVID-19 actually started 2.5 years ago, when I brought on new staff and we started offering new programs around the online marketing. I realized that we actually had to rebuild all of our sales and marketing funnels, and it was a whole new cash management system we had to implement. So we started back in 2019, and 2018. Some of the things that we did to help us get ready for a disaster like what we're facing today is we implemented a cash management system. So for our business, Profit First really works. There's a book out there by that name, Profit First. And really, it's the envelope system for businesses. So you set up different bank accounts for all the major expenditures of your business. You have one account where all the money is received, and then you do monthly or bi-monthly allocations out into payroll and operating expenses and capital expenditures and any really owner's comp, anything, taxes, anything that you want to track as a separate line item in your books. Doing that helped me really clean up my books. It helped me to clean up my cash management, and it helped us go from basically spending every penny that came through the door to now we got our operating expenses down to a reasonable percentage, and I'm able to take a salary. We have salaries going out for all of our staff, and we're actually saving more than we ever have. So I came into 2020 really expecting this to be like the best year ever. And you can't control the universe sometimes, right? But I was able to enter it in a strong cash position, which has helped me to feel a little more calm about the scenario. Trust me, I have my days where I'm frustrated and overwhelmed, the same as anyone else, but we did enter this in a strong position. So we're able to continue to provide value for our clients as well as for other people that want to start working with us. The other piece is I got my dream team in place. So I have my staff, my employees who are just the best of the best. And then I hired a business advisor, a bookkeeper, and an accountant, all of those that made up my dream team. And they have been instrumental in helping me to keep the business moving forward during this time.
That's amazing. Not everybody can say that about their team. And I do believe that it is so important to surround yourself with like-minded people, but also
Yes.
positivity is so important to me. I mean, obviously, that's why I try to do these to really just bring these tips and value, but also positivity. If it doesn't drive your life, it's so difficult. I feel to, have a hard time all the time and complain all the time. It's exhausting. Well, if you stay positive and you have gratitude, it changes everything.
It really does. And I've been working a lot on mindset over the past couple of years too. So some of the things that I do that have really helped me through this time, that is very stressful, is meditation. So I just do simple breathing exercise type meditation, nothing fancy. And just simple breathe in, breathe out, just focusing on that breath. Sometimes I'll count breaths and I'll set a timer and I'll just try to get into that zone. And I think it's called the theta or the beta brainwaves, where it just everything slows down and quiets down. I've also tried tapping. There's a great app out there called the Tapping Solution, and you tap on the meridian points like here and top of your head and eyebrows, and it helps to rewire the neurological system, which really helps in times of trauma, or if you've experienced trauma in your life. It helps to rewire those neurological pathways that keep us stuck in traumatic, hypervigilant responses. So I do tapping. And I try to do some exercising. I'm not like a huge, super crazy exercise person, but I do feel so much better when I can just get out and do a really brisk walk, do some yoga. I've been working on my handstands and I'm actually getting a lot better at those. So that helps. So yeah, the mindset is huge. The other piece to it is just the sales and marketing funnels. I mean, that is the lifeblood of a company. I mean, next to a cash management system, having sales and marketing down so that you continue to have a pipeline and can continue to sell, that is absolutely vital. And we've been working on our sales and marketing pipelines for a couple of years now. So coming into COVID-19 with a pipeline and with the processes in place to be able to continue to sell our services to people that need it has been completely life-changing for us.
That is amazing. And it does help a lot more than we think, just to stay focused. I want to go back to meditation because I tried and I really enjoy it. I actually did not realize how much I hold my breath when I'm stressed.
Yes.
So it reminds me to just breathe. But I really honestly did not realize how much I wasn't breathing until I started these exercises.
Yes.
And because just at night, that's where I do it to try to just get to sleep better, because I think when we're stressed, sleeping is a bit of a challenge for me anyway. And so I realized that just breathing in and out just 3 times, deep breath, makes me yawn right away, makes me feel so much better. And again, I just didn't realize how much I was so stressed that I would literally go to bed like this, like, stressed and holding my breath, thinking what is tomorrow going to be like. And I get to just drop my shoulders down, breathe and think. And everything is so much clearer.
Yes.
And something that helps my daughter and I is that we put everything in front of us that we would have changed from the day, because today's over and you can't change it and you're going to bed. The day's over, and do a big blow away all of these negative things that you feel you could have changed because it's past and you can no longer change it.
Yes.
And that is liberating.
I love it. I'm going to try that.
Yes. I just think about all the things that I'm like, oh, well, I could have done this better. I could have. And so they're all in front of me and I blow them all away. And it's pretty crazy how great that feels.
Yes. The other app that's really helped me is called InSync Timer. And they do have a paid version, but their free version is really robust. And there's all these meditations, guided meditations on there. And they also have some sleep helps as well. So the one I listened to last night was called the Grounded Sleep Podcast, From Stressed to Rest. I went to bed last night just like really overwhelmed mentally, like so stressed. And I'm like, oh, great. It's going to take me forever to fall asleep tonight. And I need to sleep so bad because I woke up too early and it's been hard to sleep. So I listened to that, and the guy on the podcast just kind of walked you through taking those deep breaths, like you said, letting it go. Don't you feel a little bit more relaxed now? Well, yeah, I guess I do. And then over 15 or 20 minutes, he helped you relax into this sleep. And I slept really good last night for the first time in a few days. So I was grateful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, awesome. And then tell me, what do you see in your industry right now, in the media industry? How is everything going? Give me a little bit of a pulse of the market.
Yeah. So overall, search volume, search demand, meaning people going onto Google and searching for different things, search demand is down about 20%. So most of our SEO clients, search engine optimization clients, have seen a drop in their traffic because people just aren't searching for the normal things right now as they have in the past. Now, that's not industry-wide, that's more industry specific. There are industries that are seeing massive increases in search volume right now. If you can imagine it, puzzle searches have gone up 2,600%. Searches for puzzles.
That is
I know. Yep, gymnastics and instruments have gone up 600%. Multimedia, 500%. Board games, 450%. Wow. Isn't that incredible?
That is incredible.
Do-it-yourself tutorials has gone up 290%. Wow. Kids and baby games, 224%. Printable consumers, so things like printable downloads, things you can print off and do at home, has gone up 143%. Cleaning devices, 90%, an increase in search volume. So I say all that because people are still out there searching for things to buy. So we might be stuck at home and we can't go to our favorite restaurant, but we still need to eat. So companies that are able to quickly shift their position in the market and offer something that is in demand today are going to see a huge result. So that's one thing we've been doing for every client that has seen a very negative impact from COVID-19 is helping them strategize around, we call it a wartime strategy. I mean, we entered 2020 in a peacetime economy and everyone was spending money, everything was going well, and then boom, it all dropped out from underneath us. So the companies that have been able to survive and continue to bring in cash flow are the ones that have been able to pivot. And what I think this is doing for us is it's helping us to see that every industry needs to have an offline market and an online market. It's not good enough as a restaurant anymore to have your restaurant with people that drive by and see it and walk in. You also have to have pickup. You also have to have delivery. You also have to have a website where people can order easily. Like, you have to have all of these marketing channels and sales channels in place. So if the worst happens and the rug is pulled out from underneath us, you already have the systems in place to be able to pivot into whatever the demand is now. So
I love that.
Yes.
That is in so many industries right now.
Yes, it is. And I'm not trying to downplay the tremendous challenge that it is to do it, because it is very, very difficult. But we're absolutely here to help people strategize around wartime strategies. What can we do in the next month to get through it, bring in any revenue possible, even if it's not as everything that came in before? What can we do to get some revenue in to keep the lights on, and then be able to position ourselves more strongly for the future when all this lifts?
Yeah, absolutely. And I do think that it's key. And talking about positioning ourselves and hiring people just like your company, tell me more about what you're doing to help, because I know that you have some discounts right now and that you're really trying to show people where they can look and how to strategize. Yeah,
absolutely. If you have the budget for it, this is the best time to focus on marketing. It is the best. So obviously, we're not here to take food out of anyone's mouth. We have to be able to feed our kids and pay our mortgages. But if you are in a position to start marketing and start search engine optimization, run some ads, this is the time to do it, because the competition is just non-existent. Everything is silent on so many fronts. And I know search volume is down, but it can take some time to rank on Google. So starting now will position you in 2-3 months to be very strong in the market when no one else is thinking about this. If you want to advertise on Facebook, Facebook ad costs are down by 60%.
Wow.
We're running ads for a local company, and they are getting every lead used to cost them $1.50 per lead. It's costing them 50 cents per lead now.
Wow.
I mean, it's just incredible what the opportunities are if you're in the right market and you have the budget to maintain or start a marketing program, this is actually the best time to do it. It's never been cheaper.
That's so amazing. That is so good to know.
And as a company, we're also offering some really great discounts for people that are just getting started. So we're here to help. Like if people want to get started with marketing, we're here to make it as affordable as possible. So, we do encourage people to take advantage of our free strategy and discovery calls, where we can see if there's a position in the market for your business right now, and then we can get you in at a price that we've never offered before, and carry that through here for the first 6 months to really help people get off the ground and take advantage of the market where it is today.
Yes, I'll report back. I'll let everybody.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. And I really do love the fact that, everybody is in a position right now that we know we can't afford most things full price at the moment. A lot of people have lost their jobs, and the economy is getting hit quite strongly, as we all know. But really what I also wanted to know about is now the Chamber of Commerce of Montrose is still online. It's a virtual chamber, and I believe that you're in charge of that. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so when the chamber closed down exactly 1 year ago, InSync Media just felt like the work wasn't done. And we needed to make sure that Montrose still had a chamber of some kind. So we were able to purchase the domain, and we were able to put up a website on the montrosechamber.com, which is the historic domain of the chamber. And it's a directory listing for Montrose County, Colorado businesses. And it's 100% free. We're running it like a business. It's just one of the arms of InSync Media, and we're offering it for free. There are additional advertising opportunities that people can take advantage of and get some very, very low cost marketing through email or paid ads through the chamber. But the basic services of the chamber are completely free. So if you're a Montrose County, Colorado business, then just get on the chamber website, montrosechamber.com, and you can join for free. The other thing we have on there is we're trying to keep businesses up to date with the business resources for COVID relief. So the payroll protection plan, the things that the city is offering. Additionally, we are working on partnering with Tree Feather Creative, which is another local business, on some additional promotion opportunities up on the chamber website, making sure everyone has a place where they can update their business and the community on what's going on. If they have different hours, different services, restaurants always have, they're all doing something different right now, pickup, delivery, different hours. So you can update your listing to reflect all of that right there on montrosechamber.com.
That's awesome. Thank you for doing that. I feel like it's a great resource for us to know what's going on, especially now. Because some restaurants will now they can bring alcohol and a few other things too that they couldn't.
Exactly.
So for me personally, I find this very practical.
Well, that's what we're trying to do with it.
For sure. Well, that's amazing. Well, I like to ask my guests, unless you have anything else to add, I'd love to ask you your favorite 2 books and tell me how it impacted your life.
Sure. Well, I have 2 here that I've been working on. I'm notorious for starting books and not finishing them. So these are 2 I'm in the middle of right now. So this is my latest one, Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Just an incredibly inspirational book of how one woman has managed to live the life of her dreams, break free from perfectionism, break free from expectations, even her own, and live a life that for her is personally rewarding and fulfilling. And so this book has been amazing. And you mentioned you've been reading it too.
I just started it, and it's very empowering, but it's also kind of scary too, because there are so many things that I know when you say your own expectations, I'm really tough on myself. And I feel like sometimes I'm even kind of mean with myself because I have such high expectations of things to do and things to achieve and where to be in life. And this book is really giving me a total different perspective on what I should be happy with. And not should, but really like, why am I having so much trouble not being happy with the things I've achieved? And it's never enough in a way. And it's really interesting to see how she breaks it down. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we really achieve a lot in a day, and we're doing so much, and we should be able to reward ourselves and be happy with the end results, no matter what that is. So I'm personally still working on that, and I'm not finished with the book yet either. But I can't wait to be finished with it. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yep. Awesome. The second one I'm working on is Smart Women Finish Rich by David Buck. So I think I was listening to a podcast actually where they interviewed the guy who wrote this, and he wrote this because his mother started saving and investing in her 30s, maybe even early 40s, and she retired a millionaire. And it was just investing little bits at a time into her investment portfolio. And this was, a completely different generation where she did this. That wasn't normal for women to invest like that. And she just finally was like, I'm tired of being poor and I'm going to take control of the family finances, and I'm going to invest, and I'm going to make this work for myself. And she did. And this is her son ended up writing this book, and he and his dad started a consulting firm to help people and with the whole investing and all that. So I read this because I grew up with the understanding, it was told to me that, if you need to get married and your husband will just kind of know how to do all this. Well, no one knows how to do this, men or women. I don't know why it was a gendered thing in my growing up experience, but it was. And it just took me some time to internalize my own personal responsibility for my happiness, my own financial security, the financial security of my family, my retirement. Like this was on me. This is my responsibility. My own happiness is my responsibility. And I want to make sure that I finish this race well. We're doing this business, we're working very hard, and it has to be for more than today, right? It has to last for a long time. So Smart Women Finish Rich is very empowering. It gives you a lot of great practical tools for how to invest, why it's important. And it doesn't fall into those traps of, well, if you just don't spend money on makeup or whatever maybe a luxury would be. Like, it helps you to break free from that thinking into what can you do today to invest for tomorrow. And this inspired me to start investment accounts and make those grow. Of course, then everything fell out from underneath me 3 or 4 weeks ago. But right, now's the best time, right? And now's the time to actually invest, because you buy low and sell high instead of the opposite, which most people do. So that one's been really good for me too. I highly recommend it.
Amazing. That sounds great. I can't wait to read it as well. I love when men can see so much value in their moms. I think that's pretty powerful, that he's the one who felt like he had to tell her story because it was inspiring to him. So
absolutely.
I hope I can be that to my children one day, for sure.
Me too.
Yeah. Well,
I have no doubt you will be.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you so much for being here today. You will be too. I know it. I'm sure you already are. And that's the feeling that I get anyway. So I really want to thank you for taking the time here. I hope that brought something to everyone watching, and a little bit of value and a little bit of tips. I definitely took a ton of notes, and I think it will be very helpful. So thank you so much for your time, Laura.
You are welcome. Thank you for doing this. Appreciate all this positivity you're putting out into our community.
Just trying to make it better. It's a tough time. So let's just do as much as we can to make it better.
Yes, absolutely. Have a great night.
Thanks so much, Laura. You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.